All right, hey everybody, Shane Beauregard, Personal Training, coming at you with another live Q&A, and this is a new night for me. This is Tuesday night, so that's going to be it going forward. It used to be Thursday night, but if you're with me for the past, I don't know, since the beginning, it gets kind of hectic around 7:15 with the kids coming in the house, and especially if you were there for the last two, you saw the insane Shane. So I don't want that to happen, so we moved it to Tuesday night, so we'll get no interruptions. So we're going to just jump right into it. And as always, once you hop on, feel free to fire a question in the comment section. I have a very special guest with me, and I'll just introduce. It is my other half, Sheryl Beauregard, and there is a purpose for her being here other than being my wife.
Yes.
So I will let her fill you in on that one.
So I'm happy to be here, and as a wife, I try to have my hands in everything, so this is no different. The main purpose for me being here, to give you a little background, Shane and I met in college when we were both studying to be personal trainers in exercise science and kinesiology. And I then went on to pursue a master's degree in human nutrition and metabolism. So I got my RD, which stands for registered dietitian. And I felt like that was a really great combination with the fitness and the exercise there. So I spent a lot of years personal training and counseling people one-on-one for nutrition. And the funny thing is, I sit here and I was telling Shane, we've had this talk many times, where almost 40-year-old me would really, really like to go back and throat punch 20-year-old me. Because I can explicitly remember sitting across from women who are now my age as a 25-year-old who was all fit and fresh out of college and bright-eyed, a little tight tushy, and they'd say, "Oh, I don't know what you like. I am eating right. I'm exercising like you told me. I'm this and that," and they'd show me their food log, and I'd be like, "Are you?" Because I feel like if you were, you would definitely be seeing some results. And so 40-year-old me wants to throat punch 25-year-old me, because the struggle is real for women that are reaching that age. And it's interesting because this comes from somebody like me. In case you don't hate me yet, I am one of those people that has, for the most part, a pretty decent metabolism just genetically. Like I can eat fast food 3 meals a day for 5 weeks and not really gain a pound, or I can eat super healthy and it didn't really affect my weight loss one way or another, but it was never hard for me to lose weight if I needed to drop weight. Now this one, very different story, and in case he hasn't shared with you his personal story, I do think that he is a great asset as a personal trainer, because you want to talk about somebody who knows the struggles of weight loss. I mean, he's it. This poor guy, he looks in the direction of a cheeseburger and gains 5 pounds. Like, that's just what happens.
They're all so good.
Yeah, it is
so good.
It is what it is. He sniffs it and his pants don't fit. Like, so it's an unfortunate state of affairs. And back in the day too, I used to say to him, if I didn't live with you and I didn't know how disciplined you are, how little you eat, he eats fewer calories than me in a day. Still.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Still.
That's a fact.
Yeah. He weighs like 235 pounds and he's 6 foot, almost 3, and he eats fewer calories than me. I'm 5'7", 135. Fewer calories than me. So, he's super, super, super disciplined, and has always, it's always been important to him to maintain his weight and kind of do what he can to keep healthy. And I will say, for him, when he found keto, that was really groundbreaking, because
well, let me just interrupt you, and this is where I've talked to you before. I don't classify myself as keto. I do classify myself as low carb.
Yeah.
And we've had debates or at least conversations with other people, because the macronutrient breakdown of keto, I don't fall into those parameters. As again, my protein is way over the limit of what a true keto person should get. But even though I was told by somebody that I trust that, I still am keto, though I do follow low carb style. But anyway, to piggyback off what she said, if I knew that, like I found that out in the last couple years, if I would have unlocked that key back in my 20s, it would have been different for me. But you know, like she's seen over the years, I just kept rolling that rock up the hill, only to have it come down to me. But I, you know, never gave up. Just stay committed.
Yeah.
And eventually, you will, even if it takes years, you will find that key to unlock that door for you. Just got to be consistent and committed, and just trying out, see what works. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, I think that's the main point too, because I think it's easy, like when you're watching this, or you know, if you have interest in like the personal training and things like that. It's one thing to sit in front of your personal trainer and dietitian and whatever who is like ripped up. I mean, you've seen these guys, the guys that do the videos with no shirts on and they're like, you know, sweating and sipping their water. And like, for those people, I would say those are more like in my category. Like, there are people that they're not struggling to lose weight. You know, he might be out there eating a pizza after the video, for all you know.
And they don't have kids, I can tell you that.
And they don't have kids. Terrible kids, you know,
Correct.
like we have. But, so I think that I truly think that there is merit to having a professional on your side that has been there and done that and has tried everything and has been committed, because he has lived for decades what I've been living for the last like several years, and I complain.
Yeah, she gets
ad
no
nauseum.
pity for me, by the way. She gets no pity. I play this for her all the time. She's
Yeah.
like, man, I did all this. I worked out for 4 days in a row, and I haven't lost a pound. I'm like,
Right? 4 days, people. I mean, really.
Yeah.
What's a girl got to do? We got more than 4 days. Come on.
right.
So, so it's funny because I think that I very easily get frustrated, and, you know, it's easy to lose faith when you feel like you're doing everything right. You're eating right. You're exercising like you're told, and the scale's not moving and your pants don't fit any looser. And so that's really the true reason that I'm on here today, is because we've talked about it so much. And I said, you know, why don't I just go on there and share like kind of my journey where I've been as a woman who's almost 40, who didn't really have problems with weight before, but it's the struggle has been real. So that's really the purpose for me being here, and to share a little bit of my journey and sort of what's worked for me, and to kind of encourage you to keep trying different things. So obviously, you know, things changed when I turned 30. My metabolism slowed down a little bit. I picked up a couple pounds and things like that. And now here I'm at 40 and kind of the same thing, picking up extra pounds. And it's getting harder and harder to lose the weight. So what really I was doing was I could be super strict, and I would eat like a paleo diet is really what kind of worked the best for me when we talk about like different things are going to work.
Lifestyles.
Yeah, better for different people. Paleo worked better for me. If you're trying keto and you're a female, you need to be aware that if your hormones are out of balance and you're on keto, you're probably going to gain weight. So if you're one of those people that, you know, you're specifically a female, you've tried keto before and you've actually gained weight on keto, that can happen, specifically if your hormones are out of whack. So you need to be aware of that. So for me, I was one of those people. Keto killed me, and all the cheese and everything. I tried to balance it with more vegetables and proteins like you're supposed to do. Don't snicker. Don't do it. But keto really, it gained weight for me because my hormones were also out of whack. So that's another thing. If you're a female and you're trying to lose weight, you need to have somebody check your hormones. And when I say have somebody check your hormones, I don't mean a conventional doctor, because they won't know what they're looking for. I see a lot of different naturopathic doctors here in Greensboro and Winston. Not a lot of different. I have two. I have two. But somebody who really understands the body and metabolism, how it works as a whole together, throughout some other health issues that I've had to be consistent with, kind of my cross to bear, where his was weight, mine has always been energy and sleep. I never gave up, you know, looking and trying to find out what was the root cause of the problem. And my naturopathic people were the ones